There's nothing as effective as common sense. That's the message from Minister of Rural Development and Local Government Khadijah Ameen as she continued to warn motorists not to drive through floodwaters. This, she said, could cause a rescue effort that could have been used elsewhere in a disaster. Sunalala reports.
It's scenes like this that's continuing to catch the attention of Minister of Rural Development and Local Government Khadijah Ameen, imploring motorists to desist from driving through floodwaters.
If you choose ignorance, you don't put only yourself at risk, you risk our entire operations.
This particular event occurred in mid-June where the search was on for a missing driver along Trantrail Road in St. Augustine. Speaking to the media following a meeting with disaster managers from all 14 regional corporations, Minister Ameen emphasized the importance of not venturing into floodwaters. She mentioned that incident earlier this month where personnel had to be rerouted to engage in searching for the drivers of the flooded vehicles.
During the last flooding event, several cars reportedly attempted to drive through floodwaters and ended up creating an emergency that caused us to have to pull personnel, equipment, and give other support in a rescue effort that should not have happened in the first place.
She said they have engaged the police service and municipal police to provide barriers for flooded roads, but efforts to prevent motorists from entering are sometimes futile.
And the potential of someone drowning, a driver drowning, is a priority in terms of our rescue mission. So while we will continue as far as we can to provide barrication, we recognize that sometimes people remove barriers. People drive around the barriers and still go in the floodwaters. People steal the barriers.
Minister Ameen said they are contemplating whether to implement heavy concrete barriers, but noted that this would require different manpower, resources and trucks as opposed to placing steel barriers. In addition to infrastructure, the ministry is also investing in 268 new shelter managers who have been trained to support emergency operations.
I want you to know that these people are volunteers. They may not be available at all times, but our investment in training and training them to be on the same level when we are ready to operate is important.
And in the event there is flooding, the ministry is working on post-flooding assessments, where a new app is aiming to speed up the process of getting relief to affected families.
I have challenged every regional corporation for us to reduce the number of days it takes for every flood victim in every region to be assessed.
The app is shared with the Ministry of the People, Social Development and Family Services, which allows that ministry to immediately receive all information when uploaded and to begin the processing of applications for flood grants.
Please don't drive in floodwaters. It's just common sense.
Sonolala, TTT News.
The Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries has been taking steps to deal with flooding in agricultural areas. That's according to Minister of Rural Development and Local Government Khadijah Ameen. She mentioned an initiative by the Agriculture Ministry to see about abandoned watercourses which were formerly maintained by Petrotrin and Caroni 1975 Limited.
We recognize that areas formerly maintained by PASCL, abandoned Caroni 1975 lands, abandoned Petrotrin lands, provide water courses that have also been abandoned. So these abandoned water courses drain water out of residential areas. And I'm really happy for the initiative by the Minister of Agriculture to deal with the flood in the agriculture areas. And therefore, regional corporations have a responsibility to compile these reports and send them to the Ministry of Agriculture.